E3 is just around the corner, and we can't stop thinking about the games that might be revealed. So many games that have already been announced and shown off have piqued our excitement. However, E3 is known for reveals you can't find anywhere else. It's where we learn about the biggest titles the industry has to offer. Every year, something new surprises us completely, and yet some anticipated games still don't show their faces. This is what makes the week leading up to E3 so exciting for gamers. They're getting the games they want, plus some they didn't know they wanted. All that being said, this is the list of our most anticipated games of E3 2015.
Number 10, Pokemon Yellow 3D. On the heels of the Pokemon Company announcing they'll be remastering the original Yellow version of Pokemon, we still haven't seen anything in the way of gameplay. It's easy to speculate, however, that it's unlikely Nintendo would release a remaster of this franchise without using the current Pokemon X and Y graphics. We can't wait to see the game we loved so much as kids transformed into the 3D world right before our eyes.
Catching as many as you can together.
Number 9, Fire Emblem If. After surviving near franchise extinction with the excellence and popularity of Awakening, Nintendo's great tactical RPG series returns with a dual-releasing Fire Emblem If. Other than some intense CG cutscenes, the most we've seen right now is that players will have to choose between a split storyline right from purchase, buying either into the Hashido or Nor factions and then being able to opt into one or the other as DLC later. Intent not to sound like a cash grab, Intelligent Systems has been adamant in defending that the games we'll get will be priced appropriately, with just one version of the game boasting just as much content as Awakening did. It's an exciting take on a series that's already invigorated itself so well, and while the lucky fans in Japan will get their hands on it June 25th, we'll sadly have to do with what's shown at E3 before being able to claim our destiny in 2016. Number 8, Uncharted 4.
For a much anticipated series and a game that was revealed in 2014, we have seen very little of Uncharted 4. All we got was a 30-second CG trailer of our protagonist waking up on a beach, and with a pistol in hand he heads further into the jungle. We haven't seen any gameplay or any of the exciting new venues that Uncharted 4 will surely make us traverse. With many questions still unanswered about the setting and story, Uncharted 4 is a game we will be watching closely at this year's E3.
You know that. Yeah, maybe you're right. I've been out of the game, but I need back in. So can I count on you? One last time.
Number 7, Tomb Raider.
The spiritual predecessor of Uncharted, Tomb Raider, has managed to reinvent itself time and time again. With a new take on the series and much younger Lara, Square Enix has managed to bring Tomb Raider into the sphere of relativity again. The last Tomb Raider title explored the misfortune of a young Lara who became shipwrecked on an island along with her crew, but we really haven't seen any kind of setting or story for the themes of its sequel. All we know is that at launch it would only be accessible on Xbox. What will Lara have to fight her way through? How will they continue the story? And when can we play it?
I'd like to know you're taking care of yourself. For many people, these traumas become a mental trap. They get stuck.
Number 6, Rock Band 4. Everyone's favorite party game is back on its way into the spotlight. Harmonix has already announced and shown off some stuff for the upcoming return of Rock Band 4, but that doesn't satisfy us. Rock Band is a look into a world that few people ever get to see, looking out into a crowd as opposed to up onto a stage. This reason alone makes Rock Band so immersive and fun to play. The game is known for its music, and the set lists have been partially revealed already. Harmonix has even asked fans to vote on songs for Rock Band 4, as well as including the entire back catalog of Rock Band songs is available for DLC. This show promises to go on all night. The only thing we want to know is how quickly can I break my drum set this time?
Where, we're not responsible to anyone but ourselves. We don't have to answer to anyone but our own kind of like creative vision, creative mandates.
Number 5, No Man's Sky.
For the excitement and hype that No Man's Sky has around it, we really haven't seen all that much. We know we can fly from a planet's atmosphere into space without load times, and we know that the universe is basically ever expansive. Each planet has its own creatures, and there are many other explorers with you in the universe. That all being said, what do? Will there be factions to take sides with? Are there resources in need collecting throughout the universe? What is the player's goal? Well, we hope the answers to all these questions and more will be revealed when we see more from No Man's Sky at E3.
Number 4. FZero.
Captain Falcon is a well-recognized character even outside of Nintendo circles. However, I'm still willing to bet that people would attribute the Cap to his role in Smash Bros. Before his own title, F-Zero. And honestly, I wouldn't blame them. We haven't had a new F-Zero game come out in over a decade. This franchise seems to be just lost in the sea of old games, at least until recent F-Zero appearances have been making their way onto the Nintendo consoles. Many of the past F-Zero games are now available through the Virtual Console, which some might see as Nintendo testing the waters of a dormant franchise. Even both packs of Mario Kart 8 DLC feature tracks that are from the F-Zero universe, making it clear that Nintendo has hardly forgotten about the franchise. It just seems like they're waiting for the right time to reintroduce it. We can't wait to find out if a new F-Zero could be just around the corner.
Number 3. Star Fox. Nintendo's talked a lot about the newest title in the Star Fox franchise, but we haven't seen anything as to what the game, the characters, and the worlds might look like. It's easy to remember Star Fox 64, being that it was recently remastered, but Nintendo fans are looking for something to breathe new life into an already beloved franchise. With the recent announcement that Zelda would be delayed due to scaling issues, even more pressure has been put on Star Fox to not only be impressive, but to be a console seller. This is a game shrouded in secrecy, and what better time to reveal an amazing space battle trailer than at E3?
パッドを使って遊んでると大きなテレビを見てる。そうすると遊んでる人以外にも周りで見てる人も楽しいんですね。ぜひとも周りで見てても楽しい新しい経験を。
Number 2. Metroid. Metroid is another series that hasn't seen attention since the Wii days, but Samus still manages to be one of Nintendo's flagship characters. There hasn't been a lull in the series similar to F-Zero, leading us to believe that a new Metroid game could be on the way. The Metroid series is also widespread on the Virtual Console, making it easy for Nintendo to see how relevant the franchise is. Nintendo even releases the Metroid Prime trilogy all in one package and remastered with Wii remote controls. We hardly think they'd be putting time into a franchise that wouldn't be seeing a new game in the near future. Further evidence to suggest a new Metroid can be found in the floating background of Amiibo Tap, Nintendo's Greatest Bits, a game released last month. The background depicts a silhouette of a Samus amiibo in a far different pose than the one that's currently available to consumers. This is possibly an amiibo that could be launched alongside a new Metroid release, the same way Nintendo has bundled amiibo with nearly every major Nintendo game since their conception. All signs point to us getting to look at a new Metroid, a game that has been long awaited on the Wii U and will be met with open arms by fans. There are a few too many games to cover in just a top 10 list, so here are our honorable mentions. Number 1.
My name's John Marston.
It's been 5 years since we saddled up, rode into the sunset of Red Dead Redemption. Rockstar has been preoccupied with other franchises, but it's high time they return to the Old West for a final gunfight. The story of Red Dead Redemption is brilliant, and only a continuation of the story will pacify longtime fans of the series. With gameplay very similar to GTA, Red Dead feels polarizingly different, in a way that makes you appreciate the time period it depicts. Being that GTA 5 has already been on the market for 2 years, we can't help but wonder what the next title from Rockstar might be. With a handful of franchises to pick from, it's certainly possible that Red Dead will be the next venture, but it's hardly assured with games like Midnight Club and The Bully being on the back burner for some time now. Red Dead, however, is certainly a fan favorite. it's hard to come across someone who's played the game, and it isn't an instant memory for them. Red Dead Redemption's powerful ending only leaves us wanting more. And with Jack Marston all grown up, we're ready to dive back into the gunslinging action.
Hello, old friend. Been a long time.
Don't forget to subscribe and share.